How's it going, everybody? It is I, your sadistic spirit guide, Yokai Poppy Wolf, and we're back at it again, reviewing a new show slash series that ended. And today we're going to be talking about Moon Knight. Now, Moon Knight is a 6-episode Disney Plus show. It's really dope. It's based off the Moon Knight comic book hero. And I gotta say one thing about this show. Talk about finding its pace at the end, because one big hiccup I think I want to just get into right off rip of this show is as episode 1 is very interesting and it's very enticing and it strongly pulls you in with trying to figure out what's going on. Episode 2 and 3 kind of have their fair share of lag where you don't know where the show is going, but I would argue that 4 is the tipping point, 5 is a beautiful episode, and 6 is just fucking badass, man. Oh my god. Episode 6 is Moon Knight. Oh no, we'll get into it soon. Let me just start off by saying, like, the things I did like about the show a lot, which are I like the plot. It's based off of the newer Moon Knight run, in which they focus more on him having DID instead of his personalities being just like facets of him. Of course, Stephen Grant was his secret identity. Well, it was kind of like his Bruce Wayne identity, and Jake Lockley was another identity that he used to be in, like, the streets to gather information. They decided to use the Greg. What is the author's name again? God damn it! But they used one of a more modern author's interpretation of Moon Knight to kind of focus on him having the disability of DID, or is it a disability? I don't know, but excuse me if that's bad. That's bad etiquette. But it focuses on him having DID and the struggles of that, along with how it is for him to be superhero with literally the powers of a god, and struggling to find out if Steven's real, if Mark's real, what is real anyways. And genuinely, I can't believe how much this story's so good. Like, I almost fell off. I'm not gonna lie. Moon Knight kind of wasn't grabbing me by the balls, but by episode 4 and 5, oh my god, episode 5, I was emotionally invested in seeing Mark and Steven come up on top. But that's just one thing I really like. I really like how they treat these facets of Mark and Steven as their own identities, and they don't try to, like, oh, well, you're just a personality. They try to be more gentle with it, and I think that's a really good way to go about it, especially to people in the DID community. I have a friend who is very sensitive on topics of that, and I'm pretty sure that they would appreciate the kind of care that this show went into, or at least hopefully, like, they took the precaution to be very gentle with these kind of subjects. And again, gotta give them a pat on the back for that. Also, Oscar Isaac's performance in this is mwah, oh my lord. Oscar Isaac is incredible as Moon Knight, as Mark, as Steven. Like, oh my god. Oscar Isaac's a very much a character actor. Like, when he is in character, you see him become that character. Like, seeing him be Apocalypse, seeing him be Mark and Steven, seeing him be Poe Dameron. He has this sort of energy about him that just genuinely makes you feel like, oh wow. Like, I am believing he's that person. He makes me believe he's that type of person. Just so beautifully done. Oscar Isaac's fantastic in this show. I have really no complaints about Oscar Isaac at all in this show. I think he's actually one of the biggest, like, pulling points about this, and the fact that he isn't confirmed to do season 2 kind of makes me worried. I would really love for him to do it, and I think it's because people were kind of not okay with his Moon Knight being kind of slow and etc. etc. His interpretation of Mark and Steven both feeling like two very different characters with Oscar Isaac's face is amazing. And of course, at the end with surprise, the other character that we're very happy to see. Anything else in this show that is worth really talking about is honestly the other side, which is Ethan Hawking's Arthur Harrow. And talk about dynamic, talk about a commanding presence when he's on the screen. Like, the first scene is just, it made my sister cry because she was like, oh my god, this is intense. It's a very intense scene. It's very like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it kind of scares you a bit. You're trying to figure out, what the fuck am I watching? Like, Ethan Hawke on screen is commanding presence, energy, big type beat kind of person. I swear to God, it is just amazing to see him act. It's amazing to see how well he talks, like his comforting tone. He's like, no, I do this. Like, it's just, you want to kind of follow him, and that's what makes cult leaders so dangerous, is like their dynamic performance, their whole endearing vibe, which makes you think, damn, you know what, this person might be worth following, and damn, he definitely calls upon that. Also, a very fun character to talk about is Layla. I like Layla as a character. I don't think she does anything too significant, but she does become she becomes a character. Her character journey ends with her becoming a superhero as well, and it's good. It's cool, but I think it's worth mentioning. I think I liked it, but it didn't get. I feel like it just wasn't there. Layla should have been a more fun character. I mean, they gave us a couple scenes with her that kind of leave us to the point that she might become this character that we know she's going to become. But at the same time, too, it takes a while for it to get there. And I wouldn't say that bugs me so much, that more than I just kind of wish we had more Layla to, like, enjoy. But then again, being 6 episodes, it did its job. It did okay. You know, it wasn't bad how we got there, but I think it could have been done better. Another thing I do like about this show is the relationships. And I think the relationship between Mark and Steven is probably what really pulls me in. Steven being someone that Mark created in his head for traumatic events did kind of makes a lot of sense, but it makes so much sense why Mark treasures Steven so much more. Steven, of course, being the British personality, the Stephen Grant personality that lives inside Mark, but he treats him with such care and respect and love, and it's almost it does solidify that Steven is very much a person inside of, not just inside of Mark, but like in general, his identity solidified. He's a very much real person, and I kind of really love that. I also love the fact that he's Mr. Moon Knight. I thought that was cool. I thought that was a fun way of not confusing us with so many different personalities, but allowing certain superhero alter ego personalities become under that identity. Oh my lord, there's so much to talk about in this show. I genuinely liked it. Other than the slow burn of like the first couple episodes where it kind of stalls a bit, this show really found its footing at the end, and that's kind of tragic because you're kind of like, dang, why did it get so good at the end? Which kind of makes you show that if this was a movie, it probably would have been mediocre. But the fact that it's a show and we only had like 2 episodes that were just like, really makes me go, you know what? Thank God this was a show, because it really got us to a point where I just genuinely love Moon Knight. Then Moon Knight is moved up. It was going to be on the lower end of my Marvel TV show list, but it jumped. It jumped pretty high. I'm not going to lie. It's a little, it might be tied with What If for number 1 and WandaVision number 2, and of course Loki number 3, but we'll see. We'll see. Now let's go into spoilers. And I'm gonna give everyone a spoiler warning here. So 3, 2, 1. If you're still here, you're listening to spoilers. Okay, great things about this show that I love in spoiler talk. 1, I love the fact that Layla becomes Red Scabbard, and I love the fact that we see Jake Lockley. Now, going into Layla, I didn't love how she became Red Scabbard. We kind of knew this was coming because, of course, Khonshu wanted to make her his avatar, and we were like, well, she's not going to be Khonshu's avatar. But Taweret being her own separate character, especially not a comic book character, was interesting, making her the avatar, or making Layla her avatar. So that was cool. But Layla doesn't take this gated looking form. She takes this like Egyptian superhero godlike form, which the Red Scabbard, which kind of doesn't make sense because she has wings and stuff. So it's kind of like, but Tower's a hippo, so what are we doing here? What are we doing? It's still good though. It's still good. I'm loving what we're getting. Of course, we see Steven and Mark becoming a unit. That was awesome. But we also see appearance of Jake Lockley, someone that was been hinted at a couple episodes in the beginning, and we finally get confirmation that Khonshu has been working with Jake Lockley this whole time. Khonshu's known the existence of Jake Lockley, and Khonshu isn't fully out of Mark. Since it's Mark's body originally, this makes sense that he's kind of allowed this illusion that both Mark and Steven have this negotiation, but his backdoor into Mark is the fact that Jake is also his personality. So that's a fun one, especially since Jake is the one who beat Arthur. Let's put that on something. Jake beat Arthur, and no one is like talking about it, and I just want to talk about it so much because I'm just like, God damn, Jake Lockley out here, Mr. Ruffin and Tuffin, Mr. You're not a good doctor. Like he has like that accent and stuff. It's so cool. Oh my God, this show is just fantastic. It really found its pacing at episode 4, which makes me go, of course, halfway through the season it would find its pacing. Of course. I love Mark and Steven's relationship. I think the fact that they've kind of settled into each other, Steven understanding that he's always been there to protect Mark from the abuse of Mark's mom and then all the hate and disdain she's put on him, really makes you kind of appreciate Steven a lot more. And even Mark himself has appreciated Steven so much that he almost dies for Steven, wanting to be by Steven's side because he doesn't believe that he should live happily ever after Steven did it, especially everything that Steven's done for him. Kind of him saving his brother in a sense. And it's cute that it's cute. Yes, it's very fucking cute that fucking Mark sees Steven as his brother in a sense, that this is my partner. This is the person that I already lost one person in my life that I cherished and loved and who was really there. I don't want to do that a second time. And it's just so cool, man. I just love them together. Oh my God. I genuinely love this show, man. This show's been giving me such good vibes, especially since they've been at odds in the beginning of the season. To see them kind of just come into their own together where they can switch like that, like jazz, baby. They're going so smooth together. You're kind of like, yes, beat the fuck out of Arthur. Beat the fuck out of him. Also, we gotta talk about this god fight, man. We had two gods fighting. Let's just say like but I saw the two gods fighting. I was like, Moon Knight's different. Moon Knight is different. Like seeing Khonshu fight Amet, I was like, yo, what are we seeing, man? We're seeing gods fight. This is different. We are built different. This is like, oh my God, that was dope. I was like, yo, Moon Knight is moving up. Moon Knight moved up is one of my favorite like shows ever. And this is competing with What If is almost unfair because What If has so many badass fights, so many what if situations. But just off rip, seeing Khonshu fight Amet while Layla and of course her as Red Scabbard and Moon Knight fight Arthur Harrow, I was just like, oh my God. Oh, what a good show. What a good show. Ultimately, the only bad thing about this show is it's 6 episodes and it drags at around episode 2 or 3, then picks up. Like it find its way at episode 3 to 4, but episode 2 to 3 is just kind of like, okay, I kind of want to get through this a little fast. But altogether, I genuinely love this show. I actually give Moon Knight an A-. The lag it has in those 2 episodes definitely are. It's a pain. It's a pain to get through, but I will say Oscar Isaac carries this show, man. Oscar Isaac carries him and Ethan Hawkins. Yes, Ethan Hawke. Why did I call him Hawkins? Ethan Hawke and him both carry this show. I love the actress who plays Layla. She's actually very good. I just think we needed more Layla's character. I feel like she's not really given it a little more than she hasn't given the character development that we wanted. And I kind of wish we'd get that. Other than that, Jesus, I just love this show, man. This show's actually really good. A-. I'm sticking with the grade. that being said, y'all, if you guys enjoyed this review, please let me know in the link below. And if you guys, what are some of your favorite moves from Moon Knight? Because I didn't mention everything I loved about Moon Knight. I just mentioned the very much things that just get me hyped every time I saw them, especially towards the end of this last episode. But if you guys have your own very hype moments in this show, please let me know down below. What are some of your favorite moments? Is it when the boys meet Tauret for the first time? Is it seeing just Ethan Hawke just kill as two different characters, one living inside of Mark's head and one being on the outside? Is it Layla being a bad bitch? What is it? What is it? Come on, guys, let me know down below. And also, please hit that subscribe button. Be a part of my pack, man. Come on. I'll catch y'all later. It has been great. It has been a pleasure, and I have been your spirit guide, sadistic yokai Poppy Wolf, saying peace out, peace and love, and adios. Bye bye.